So this is another gameplay review, and this is Legacy of not Legacy of Gohan, Legacy of Goku 2. So it starts off with this cool animated opening, and it's a lot less pixely looking than the opening of the first game. But yeah, so this game covers the androids and Cell Saga, pretty much. You can do the little text, music, sound volume adjustments if you want. You can also look at the credits if you really want to. But we're just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to block out some spoilers. But we are going to go ahead and start with this file. I am at a point in the game. This is not the beginning of the game, I should mention. This is kind of like past the midpoint. I'd say it's more like 75% through the game. But yeah, basically, this game you start out as Gohan, as I unintentionally mentioned at the beginning. You start as Gohan, you get other characters to play as, and Goku is actually like the last person to join your team. So I'm just running around West City here. Oh, as you noticed, so like in the first game your walk speed was like probably like about this. But in this game they allowed you to run by double tapping in a direction. So yeah, you switch characters by going to these save points where you can save your game, and then you can switch characters. So this is the full cast here. You know, Gohan, Piccolo, Vegeta, Trunks, and Goku. We'll go ahead and just go with Goku here. And we'll when you find these map things, you can go to the world map. So what we're going to do right now is we're looking for the Dragon Balls, actually. So we'll just go ahead and go here. So as you see in the upper left corner here, my stats is the red bar is my health, the green bar is my ki, and the yellow triangle thing is my Super Saiyan ability. So this is an earlier part of the game, so all these enemies are going to die real quick. You can press the L button to cycle through your abilities. So this is a regular Ki Blast. And then I press L and I got the Kamehameha Wave I can do. I guess I can show that off. Maybe not. There's no enemies. So you can hold it down like that. That's really cool. So there are these doors throughout the game that you have to be a certain level to get through. If I press start here, I can look at my stats. Goku joins your party at level 35. So he joins you basically at this point in the game. I just got him basically. So all my other characters are similarly leveled. And you can look at their moves, whatever. We're just going to go ahead and go through as Goku. Here's just a switch to do this bridge thing. So clearly this game is already a lot better than the first one. There's a lot better combat involved in this game. It's mostly about spacing between you and your opponent. So I can like sit here and attack and stuff. But if I don't time my punches right, you know, he can just come in and wail in on me before I can attack him. And of course, if they're just weak enemies, I can just get them with a Ki Blast. There are also these Namekians throughout the game you can find. And I think there's like 7 of them throughout the game. You find them all, and you try to send them home on a ship. Which, if you find them all and take them on the ship, you can go to Namek and fight an extra optional boss. Alright, so these are some tougher enemies that we're coming up on too, because we passed that door. So yeah, most of the time you can, if it's just one-on-one, you and one other guy, you can wail on them pretty easily. Because they'll all like get knocked back when you hit them. This guy's a ninja hiding back there. When most enemies approach a wall, I'm just looking, see if there's any ninjas hiding out here. When they approach a wall, if you hit them back against the wall, they'll jump out in the opposite direction, quite a distance, you know, and that's just fair for them, so that you can't like just back them up into a corner and wail on them forever. And bosses usually have like a lot greater knockback, so like they'll move back even farther when you hit them, so you can't combo them as easily. So what I'm doing here is I'm finding switches to unlock the next door. Oh, there's only 2 switches, I guess. So yeah, you can use Ki Blast to stop projectiles. Like this guy's gonna shoot missiles at me, but I can use Ki Blast to approach better. Oh yeah, so I got my Spirit Bomb attack, which looks like this. Huh. I guess if I charge it up more, it probably does more. But I also want to show off Super Saiyan. So every character eventually gets a sort of Super Saiyan change. Obviously, Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks all start... Well, they all get Super Saiyan. Actually, I think they all do start with Super Saiyan when you get to play as them, at least. So, Gohan's the only one who has to, like... Oh, Gohan and Piccolo have to, like, earn it. Obviously, Piccolo doesn't go Super Saiyan, specifically. But he goes Super Namekian or whatever after he fuses with, Kami. So, he gets a similar thing. I mean, he doesn't grow hair, but he does do his own little change to have a similar effect. But when you go Super Saiyan, basically your ki slowly drains, and you move faster and you hit harder. So it's basically just a very cool kind of like power-up mode. I can still use my ki, but of course I'm draining a lot faster. And Piccolo's actually, because he's a Namekian, and to be cool with their lore or whatever, he has a regen effect when he's Super Namek. He his health slowly recovers too, just to be cool. So you have your regular attacks, and then you also have a charge attack that you get. That's also something that you don't have when you start the game, but it's an ability that you get, I believe, from visiting Master Roshi. So most enemies will approach you, except for like the gunner guys, because they have projectiles. But when they do approach you, you can like hold down the charge attack and expect them to come get you, and then you can like release at the right time. Trying to get some more energy back if I can. Where's that ninja at? There he is. So like I sit here and I wait for him to approach, or I can just use it if he's within reach. If I run out of energy, I'm gonna automatically go out of Super Saiyan mode. And there's the 1-star Dragon Ball. So there are also these things in the game, golden capsules. And the only reason I mention them right now is because when you get all 25 of them, which is possible to do by this point in the game, you can turn them in for a single golden capsule, which automatically returns you to the world map. So it's very useful for the Dragon Ball hunting quest, because once you get the Dragon Ball, you can just jump back to the world map and continue your search. You don't have to backtrack back to a map thing like this, because normally that's the only way you can get back to the world map. So we're just gonna keep playing as Goku for this part, because the Dragon Ball quest kind of is where you're expected to play as Goku, because of all those doors with his level on them. So you have to be Goku at level 35 to get through them. So, yeah, like I said, you start as Gohan. You go through the story as of like the androids and Cell. Combat's a whole lot better than the first game. Yeah, you level up and stuff. You got multiple characters. Oh, 40. Well, guess I'm not doing this door. They actually expect me to level up a little bit. So let's just go ahead and show off some of the characters then, while we're right here. So yeah, all the characters right now have like Saiyan battle armor. Like Trunks and Gohan don't start the game with Saiyan battle armor on, like they do. I'll just go ahead and show off Piccolo's transformation. So, he, normal speed is like this, and then he transforms, takes off his hat, and he's faster, and he's got a regen, like I mentioned. So if I get hit a bunch, my health will go back up. See, my health's already going back up. So these robot enemies, you hit them a number of times, and they explode, and the explosion hurts them, or it'll hurt you, and it'll hurt other enemies that are nearby. So you can think about that. Piccolo's charge attack is probably like the worst of them because he just spins in place. Like the other characters, they propel themselves forward a few steps, so it's easier to use on enemies. But it will do multiple hits if you get the chance. I'm gonna go out of this so I can hopefully get some energy back so I can show off his other moves. There we go. So of course he's got his signature special beam cannon, which will go through enemies and stuff. And he's got this 3 blast attack thing. Looks like that. Yeah, so there's a 50 door. So there's a 50 door for each character hidden throughout the, well, not really exactly hidden, but they are placed throughout the game. Something that it's an optional thing to do. I mean, you could beat the game at like level 40 or even less, probably. But basically, for completionists out there, if you level all your characters to level 50 and go through their respective door, you get trophies for those characters. And then after you get all those trophies, I believe it's after you get all those trophies, you unlock a secret character. And that's who I blocked out at the beginning. I mean, you probably already know. It's not too secret, because of the internet and stuff. But this extra character is probably like the worst character in the game. But you level them up to level 50, and then you get like a special alternate ending to the game. So that's just like an extra thing to do if you really care to do it. Ooh. So there's other little capsules you can find throughout the game, and they're like stat boosting capsules. So go to my items here. You can see they will increase my stats. I haven't used any of them yet. And then there's cookies I got, which increase a little bit, which restore a little bit of health. Well, I haven't even shown off the scouter yet. So your scouter, you press select, and it brings up your scouter. Let's go ahead and find. Oh, there's a guy in here. You can use this on enemies as well, but use your scouter, and you can look at things, look at people, look at enemies, get stats on them, a little bit of information on them sometimes. Let's go find an enemy. The scouter also doubles as your map, which I will show in just a second as soon as I show an enemy. So here we go, robots. So you click on them, and you got the little bio for them, their stats. And there is a place in Capsule Corp where you can look at this data. But here's the map. I just pressed R to look at the map. Like areas you haven't been to are like big gray blobs. But areas that you have been into are like more area defined. There's the Dragon Ball. I have the Dragon Radar, so it's showing that as well, the Dragon Ball. But yeah, there's some large areas around here. Bosses are all pretty good. Let me do one more here. There's the world map, although that's just like for reference if you don't know where you are for some reason. But yeah, that's all that. I showed you this. Showed you this. Showed you this. Here's my finished quests. Here's my quests to do. Collect Dragon Balls. Find the missing Namex. But yeah, that's actually pretty much the game. I think it's a pretty good game. Obviously, I think it's better than the first game by a long shot. The Explorer World map is kind of cool. I don't want to show off all the locations and stuff, but there are multiple locations. Let's go to Capsule Corp here. So in here, you have to gain access to this. But this is where you can look at the different people that you've scanned. It'll give you Frieza and King Cold automatically, because you can't use your scouter on them at that point in the game where you fight them. Or you don't even get an opportunity, really. But yeah. You got different things like that. Where's human or whatever? Did I already pass that? So like some enemies will have like different reskins. Oh yes, like Bulma. There's one with her, the baby, one without the baby. But like human's an easy one to explain because instead of having different entries for each of them, they just different like skins basically. You can press to the side and you can cycle through them. There are enemies with like different recolors and stuff that you can cycle through. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you have any questions about the game, you can go ahead and ask in the comments below. If you have any other feedback, you can also add that in the comments. I guess just thanks for watching. Give the video a like if you found it helpful, and I will see you in the next video.